So this little Saturday evening job is brought to you by Carburettors and beer. It's a Saturday evening. I've been working all day. I deserve a beer, but also, not very good at pouring beers. Also, we have this old Carburettor. Now, regular watchers will have seen that the car currently has a Weber. It's a Weber 38 DGAS on it, which has been fitted as an aftermarket. This is the original. This is what should be on the vehicle. It's significantly larger. It's a Solex 4A1, I think. Anyway, I don't know if it runs. I don't know what state it's in. All I know is that the car has not been happy with that Weber carburetor. So really what this is about is to see if there's anything wrong with this, whether it's usable or whether it's just junk. So whether it's worth buying a rebuild kit for it. I can immediately see a couple of things that are wrong. That bracket is really bent. So that all needs to come apart so that can be straightened. You know, I don't know why it's not on there. It might just be someone's good idea. These apparently are quite difficult to set up. Might be that. And the other thing is apparently the top covers warp on them. So what I'm thinking is let's take it apart, get it cleaned up and assess it. Basically what I'm doing is I'm going to assess whether it's worth buying a rebuild kit for it or whether to stick with the existing Weber. If this is salvageable, I actually would like to put it on the car because I'd like the car to be original. You know, this is what it would have rolled out of the factory in Germany with, and I'd sort of quite like it to be the same. That said, if I were to put it on the car and the car runs rubbish with it and runs better with the Weber, I'd put the Weber back on. But it's always good to have options. However, I can immediately see that it's potentially junk because it's got a crack in it. It's had a heavy wallop. So that might be game over already, which would be a shame. Let's take that off and see what's what. Might just be part of the choke mechanism. Looking at it. Yeah, that's connected to something in the auto choke. If you are watching this video, hello, by the way, because this video might not make the light of day. If this is scrap, then probably won't hear anything from me. But then again, if it's not, you might do. And if it's hilariously broken, you also might do. It could well be that this video serves as no other purpose but to show me in 6 months' time how on earth I took it apart. So that is one of the things I've spoken about before with this car. It's a bimetallic spring for the choke, and it's both heated with cooling water and electrically heated at the same time. So it's a weird old beast. Wire. And yeah, this is this valve here. That's definitely broken. So this actually might not be a game changer for this carburetor, because I suspect there's a manual choke conversion kit for it. Which might replace all of this, I don't know. Yeah, so we've got, there's this here, which is attached to a valve, and it does look very broken. It's got a crack right through it and a beautiful bend. So yeah, that is not a happy puppy at all, is it? Oh, look at that, it's bent. It's really bent. You see how bent that is? So that's going to need straightening up if it's going to be salvaged. I mean, there's nothing vacuum there. That is just the casting that's fractured. I don't know whether that's going to be repairable in any way. It doesn't look like it's going back together quite happily. It's probably scrap. But we can get it cleaned up and see what parts are available for it. That casting might actually be available. This is a carburetor that is known, as it were. It was fitted to a lot of vehicles. So it might be, that feels very solid. Like it's not running. Cheers. Yeah, so who knows? It's a significantly more complex carburetor than the Weber. This is some kind of, it's in a really filthy state. That's some kind of power valve or something. There. So I can only really assess this once it's all apart. Might be a case the future of this carburetor is a second-hand one and build two out of one. The thing that this has got going for it that the Weber hasn't is the originality. This is a proper Solex Pierberg carburetor. This is original equipment quality. That Weber was not one of the good Webers. It was one of the less well manufactured later Webers. So who knows? The way it works, and this being bent is stopping those valves from opening. The way it works, they're the main Venturi that run it most of the time. But then under certain load conditions, when the vacuum is right and it pulls this diaphragm back, those flaps open and you get another stage on the carburetor. So as I remember my old car, it does sort of give you a fairly normal acceleration range, and then you put your foot down and whammo, off it goes when the second stage opens up. One of the things with that Weber, I still think it might be over-fueling. I mean, I know I've only started the car up once since it went back on, and you know, I did put its idle jets back to what they should be, but it still did smell really, really rich. So who knows? I could be clutching at straws, who knows? If nothing else, it's an interesting thing to do with a dull Saturday night. So these carburetors were fitted to many, many different vehicles. So I'm hoping parts are available. I know the rebuild kit is available, but it's very expensive, which is why I want to take it apart to make sure it's actually worth doing first, and that there is mileage in this carburetor still. If you excuse the car related pun. So these are really filthy. I've got a lot of scale and things on them. I mean, what you're seeing here, the size of this carburetor is probably why my old Royale, on a good day, did 15 to the gallon. That's 15 miles to a UK gallon, so it'd be even worse to an American gallon because they're smaller. Yeah, so this is like a vacuum thing. As I say, when the vacuum is right, it pulls on that shaft and opens those flaps. They look like choke plates, but apparently they're not. So we've got a very bent piece of steel there, but I think if I can get that off so I don't break it, looks like it's coming. There we go. Yeah, so basically a quick squeeze in the vise and that will be sorted. So that's fixable. Not a problem there. It feels like there's something still connected to that. See if we can get this top off. So apparently the tops warp as well on these. Don't want to be too violent with it. The kind of encouraging thing here is this carburetor doesn't look like it's been apart. Nothing's coming apart easily. The other one came apart far too easily. Aha. Feels held down still. Let's take the jets out. There, corrected jet. A little tiny one there as well, whatever that does. Can't see any more screws in it. Get That really feels well held on there. Does feel held on. Wonder what is holding it. If in doubt, take other things off. That's its fuel input. Interesting. Not as horribly filthy as the Weber was. Oh, gunge. It's very dry. It's not run for a long time. I wonder if the bottom bolts hold it all the way through. That would be sensible, wouldn't it? That's why I can't get the top off, because they go right through and make a sandwich. Aha. That's such a simple mechanism at the moment. I don't feel the need to take the throttle butterflies out of that, really. I think we can wash that all in one go. Nice big thick gasket there, which looks to be in reasonable shape. This is coolant, so this is some kind of heater thing as well, which is weird. Don't know what that does. Your guess is as good as mine what that is. Some kind of valve. I cannot see a single thing holding those two sides together now. Oh, yes I can. There's a hiding screw. Oh. What we got here then? Yet another gasket. That must come out because that gasket can't go over it. What is this? Does not want to move, and yet, so it feels like that's put through the gasket, but that ain't moving. More beer. No. Oh, that does move. That does move. Whatever. Ah. And a little spring, and I bet there is I thought there'd be a valve under there, but there isn't. Okay. Needle valve there, come out along with the float. Ah, there's the accelerator pump valve. It's crimped in to hold it in. Again, that lot now, that looks stripped down. Oh, ultrasonic cleaner, you've got your work cut out with this. We've got a couple of jets there. Fairly grotty. Those Venturis, they don't look like they're slid in. They look like they're pressed in. Not sure they're coming out. Let's give them a very quick tap. They are coming out. Brilliant. Okay. Quick thing to check how serviceable it is before we go to the effort of cleaning it. Yep, it's warped. Can you see that? It's got a front to back warp on it. But it has got a really thick gasket. Or was that the gasket? That was the gasket, wasn't it? So it's a reasonable gasket. And all the air passageways and things are at this end. It's whether this here seals up, whether there's any leakage out of the float chamber. Yeah, I think it's worth a good clean up. Give it a clean up. Put it all through the parts washer. We've got a definitely broken thing, because we've got that choke body that is definitely broken. So I'll have to see whether that's available. We've got a slightly bendy thing that can be unbent. That's okay. That vacuum valve is okay. That's okay. That's the choke diaphragm looks okay. I'm kind of wondering, I mean, it all depends on that casting there. I think that's the deal breaker. But otherwise, all of the diaphragms look to be in serviceable nick. I'm wondering whether to try just cleaning it and rebuilding it as is. That's still running. Muchly interesting. And it's a bit big, so it may not fit in the ultrasonic cleaner. These big bits. That'll be annoying. Oh, there's more jacks in there. Interestingly, I haven't seen anything that looks vaguely like an emulsion tube yet. Maybe they're pressed in. They're not removable. That's certainly blocked. I can see it's blocked. And that's the accelerator pump. Just hold it together without a gasket. Do you know what? That doesn't look like a bad mating surface there at all. Even though it's warped, I think the whole thing's warped. It's all warped together. That looks okay. Tell you what, I'm not going to clean it at a very high temperature. It's going to get the 30-degree eco wash because I don't want it warping again. That's going together fairly flat as well. I think this will go again with some TLC and some cleaning up. I'm not even sure I'm going to bother buying a gasket kit for it. Because they all look good. There's no O-rings in it. Basically, I'm not sure it's worth spending any money on it. The broken bit is the choke. Oh, if I was a better welder, I could TIG weld that. It's going together. That actually might be worth. I've got a bottle of argon. I've got a TIG welding torch. It might just be worth touching it and seeing if it goes and holds. All it needs is a spot there, and a spot there. We'll see what that looks like after it's cleaned, and I'll do a bit of research on welding cast aluminium. Failing that, araldite might be my friend there. Unless these are available to a penny on eBay, in which case I'll just get a new one. Or if a manual choke is available and it replaces this, I'll get that because I'd rather have a manual choke. But actually, I think we get it all clean and start looking what it looks like to put back together. Because if I spend weeks trying to get that Weber into tune and then find that I could just drop this on it and it works, I'll kick myself from here to next Christmas. So it might just be an idea to give it a go. If the car runs better with it, I can always buy a service kit and redo it. If I do bodge that choke, I can always get the decent part if I know it works. frankly, I can test it on the car without that, because I can just engage the choke manually to get it started and then test it. It's got to be worth a try. It's got to be worth a try. Well, this Saturday evening's entertainment has been brought to you by beer and 45-year-old Carburettor. Let's get it all cleaned up and see where it goes and what happens. So in the Carburettor video, this choke housing was broken. The cast aluminium had just split. There was one available on eBay, but it came from Germany and it was 130 euros. So as I bought a TIG welding torch for my welder and a bit of argon gas, because I wanted to have a go at TIG welding, I thought, well, I'll give it a go. I'll just see if I can just zap that crack back together. And it looks like it's worked. I mean, it's together. Who knows if it'll stay together, but it appears there's quite a good couple of welds in there. And that was done without any filler rod as well, because I haven't got any aluminium filler rod, so I was just touching some heat on it just to melt the two sides together. And it looks to have done it. So if that's the case, that's brilliant, and I can now put that carburetor back together. And that's another little job done.